Water is certainly an area that the global community is giving a lot of attention, making sure that we have safe drinking water for all sections of the society. Also, the ecological integrity of water resources are preserved because we are not looking at just one generation, we are looking across generations. Therefore, we have a lot of requirement for water professionals who, of course, not working in isolation but working with other sectors, able to come up with new ideas, technological advancements, ideas about how to govern water resources, how do we steer people's behavior towards more sustainable use of water.
I'm here with Sonam Kim, who has done a Masters in Water Resource Management at the University of Canterbury, but all her fieldwork was here in her home country of Bhutan. And we're currently at the confluence of two rivers and the beginning of the Thimphu River, which she did her research on.
The main objective of my research is to see what the perception of the local people is towards the Thimphu River and what kind of connection they had before and what the present situation is impacting on the connection they had, like the spiritual connection and the physical connection they had before and how it has become now. What kind of things that we can do to reconnect with the river so that at least survive well and make it a clean river in the future. Before the quarry was constructed, they didn't have any problem. They had enough for the community. But after the quarry, they had problems with shortage of water, plus the water being muddy with the sediments, and they don't think it's drinkable. The field it is filled with all the sand from the quarries is affecting their agricultural production. They said that it's divided between the quarry and the community and also the laborers, so that's why the water is not enough.
The regulations actually call for implementation of integrated water resource management for the country. So water resources, it's not just an asset for any one sector to make use of. Therefore, integrated approach to managing water resources is a very important principle.
Bhutan is pretty famous for measuring the changes in society not by gross domestic product or GDP, but by gross national happiness.
Gross national happiness is kind of an art, a unique philosophy defined by four pillars. We have the socio-economic development, the traditional and culture, the environment, and the local governance. And to some extent, I think we are very happy, not really focusing on the materialistic. When it comes to environment, we have a very good forest and nature conservation with the policies and the rules in place and people following and practicing forest conservation. But when it comes to river, which my research is focused on, I feel that it's not really working because when we see the Thimphu River, it's really degrading in its health. People take all the water, the rivers for granted, and it's becoming like a drain pipe. By just calling ourselves cross-national country is not enough. Considered to be good enough for drinking. Travelers, when they pass by, they drink the water and it's very clean. But the problem is, they come here, they drink the water, and then they throw the bottles, the trash everywhere, and it creates problems at the downstream. So this is also one way of our water use. We use it to turn the prayer wheels. When we hear that sound, it's reminding us of the love and compassion in all the Buddhist prayers that we pray every morning and every night, and that's embedded in our lives. And this is the second Buddha, Guru Padmasambhava. He spread Buddhism in Bhutan. Before Buddhism, Bhutan was practicing Bonism, where we believed in spirits and deities. And after that, he tamed all the demons in Bhutan. People are still practicing some Bonism, where we take care of our nature and do not really harm the nature, like rocks or trees, especially the trees. Also the rivers, lakes and streams where the Nagas dwell.
our vision is to have zero waste Bhutan by 2030. But of course, right now we made it just zero waste Bhutan. My first job when I joined Clean Bhutan, it was to draft a bylaw for Tashi Yangtze. It's a district in the eastern part of Bhutan.
Yeah.
It was funded by UNDP. So now I'm looking after a project that is funded by Helvetas about empowering women and youth through waste entrepreneurship. We have a greener way. They are recycling PET bottles. People can use these baskets for shopping instead of buying imported ones from
That's
Bangkok
great.
and India.
It's very cool.
It was last year that they signed a memorandum of understanding with the Waterkeeper Alliance. Then after that, we do monthly water monitoring quality.
Our role has been more to facilitate, to do assessment of water resources and then come up with a plan. We have formulated the National Integrated Water Resource Management Plan for the country. The technical assistance has recommended that the country be divided into management basins such that there would be river basin committees that will coordinate the efforts of the sectors to manage water resources within the basin. Bhutan Water Security Index has 5 dimensions. One, rural drinking water supply and sanitation. Then the second one is urban water security, which is also potable drinking water supply. The third one is, of course, economic water security. Overall, I think we have a fairly good level of water resource, and therefore it has economic potential to generate the kind of income that we need, like for example, from investing in hydropower. And likewise, I think there are also other opportunities for use of water for irrigation, for agriculture production, and also for industrial use and other water businesses like water bottling plants. Essentially, we are not just looking at just preserving water resource. And therefore, it's kind of a balanced mechanism to look at how well we are making use of the water, but at the same time we have the ecological dimension, where to what extent are we actually making sure that we have water in its most natural form. That would mean that we have to continue with our efforts to preserve our watersheds, the ecological indicators such as looking at water quality, looking at the biotic information and number of species that exist in the river system. So these are important. And then we have resilience to climate change. That's important because we live in a mountainous country. How to really build community resilience to disasters related to water. That is the 5th dimension. Each dimension has a set of indicators that we have identified, and concerned government agencies desirably should focus on programs that are contributing to information related to the indicators.